Yeah, it goes everybody, because then we'll continue to play Bring Her Home. Let's go. Let's bring her home. Kinda. There's a faint feeling buried deep down that tells me I should run, but I don't. I simply narrow my eyes and point my knife at its face. Wow, you're pretty brave. Never before I have had a chance to speak to this creature, to learn why it's so adamant about targeting my sister, to learn why seeing it once caused me to start seeing monsters that others didn't. This time it's going to be different. Maybe, just maybe, I can get it to leave us alone. Speak. The thing stares at me, unblinking. I mean, does it even have any eye socket? Yeah, it has eye sockets. No pupils, though. Then its mouth opens and it speaks in a scratchy, echoey voice. It sounds like several voices at once. Child, your persistence amuses me. I clench my teeth. The longer I look at this thing, the bolder I feel. I step forward, lightly pressing the tip of my knife to its forehead. I don't press deep enough to draw whatever it is that this thing bleeds. Not yet. Of course it does. I'm sure this whole thing is just one big joke to you, huh? It doesn't flinch or react at all to me pressing a knife to its skin. It just licks its lips and speaks again, not even bothering to acknowledge what I just said. It's getting annoying. This girl is mine now. She is due. You stay away from her, you demon. She has done nothing to deserve any of this. Is she the embodiment of death or something? Yeah, is she come to take her sister away because it's time already and we just delayed the inevitable? I am no demon. I am a spirit. Shim? I don't care, Shin, because guess what? No matter how many farms you take, no matter how many times you come for Mal, and no matter how many monsters you send after me, I have and always will protect her from you. Shin goes silent for a moment before it starts doing something I could only assume is some kind of laughter. Its whole body heaves, and its already large smile seems to grow larger as it hacks out laugh after laugh. The sound is bone-chilling, and I stumble back a step. When Shin finally stops, it moves its head even closer than before. What a pathetic child you are. Yeah, she's burping. You know not what you face. Do you really think you've actually defeated me all these times? I was simply playing with you. But that's over now. Your sister is mine to take. Okay, go take her then. And with that, Shin's head begins to return back to its body toward my sister. My sister. My hand drops to my stomach, and before I can even think, I'm charging forward. No! Call it bravery, call it stupidity, whatever it is, it hasn't changed from 13 years ago. Except for the knife in my hands, which I brandish above my head and plunder deep into Shin's skull. Stay away from her. Did we do it? I practically screeched the words at the top of my lungs, and Shin whirls around at me. Its expression is unchanging, but it's clear that the thing is angry. Its neck extends to wrap around me and hold me in place. Then it looks deep into my eyes. You want to be with your sister that bad? So be it. Okay. Then its jaw unhinges, mouth opening wider than I ever thought possible, and swallows me whole. My scream echoes in my ears. Oh no. Damn. Damn, bro. And then what? So am I supposed to bring me and my sister home? When I next come to, I've been transported outside of my house. A twisted version of my house, that is. It looms above me, seeming taller than usual. It's dark and intimidating, with black smoke swirling around it. The lights are on and... The lights are... What? The lights are on off? Cold and ominous? The lights are on off? I don't get it. Where am I? Where did that thing take me? It takes a moment for me to get my bearings before I frantically check my person. My bag, my knife, my phone, it's all gone. Nothing left for me to protect or defend myself, but that's the least of my worries. The last word Shin said to me before sending me to this place had to do with me being with my sister. That means she's here, somewhere. I quickly glance around to get a better look at my surroundings. My house, which is typically surrounded by other homes, sidewalks, and roads, is now surrounded by a thick, dark forest, which just leaves my house as the best and easiest place to search first. So I push the door open and step inside, looking toward the stairs. She was in my room last time, so I'll check there first. I once again tried to turn on the lights with no success. Wasting no time, I rushed up the stairs and burst into our room. The charms that are usually all over the room are now gone, but I don't pay that any mind. It's too late for that now anyway. I looked toward Miles' side of the room, and just as I suspected, she's right there, lying in bed. My base instinct tells me to rush to her side to make sure she's okay, but I hesitate. Where is it? It can't be this easy. I scan the room, looking at every nook and cranny that I can see from my current position. For the first time in years, I don't see or hear anything monstrous, but I know better than to let my guard down. I begin to make my way to the bed where Mal lies. When I reach her, I see that she's lying face down. I sigh in annoyance. Yeah, the classic sister lying face down in bed. I bet that when I turn her around, she's just going to be completely normal and not scary looking at all. I speak loudly, hoping to draw out Shin. I know it has to be here somewhere, but it doesn't come out. So I turn back to Mal, place my hand on her shoulder, and turn her over. Dun, 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 and her face is missing. I half expected to be Shin's face that I'm looking at, but instead I see nothing. The hair, clothes, and body are distinctly Mal's, but her face is completely wiped clean. I don't know what I was expecting, but I knew it wouldn't be Mal's normal face. Oh no, I'm so scared. I say it sarcastically, but deep down I'm trying to figure out how to help her. You're no fun. Right on cue, Shin emerges from the wall, the perpetual smile still on its face. Sup, man? I just want my sister back. Is this even her? Shin leans over and lays a hand on Mal's face. I jump to stop it, but before I can, it grabs Mal's head and pulls her up into a sitting position. And as if awakened, Mal begins to struggle violently. Her arms fly around and her hands grab at her face and Shin's hand. There's a strangled sound come from Mal's throat, but it's muffled without her mouth. Mal! I move to sit on the bed beside her and take one of her hands in mine. Mal jumps at the sound of my voice and starts to feel up my arm into my face. Hey, watch it. It's me, okay? I'm here. Mal suddenly hits me hard, the same way she does when she's annoyed. I scoff. Well, she's definitely acting like Mal. I look back up at Shin. So are you going to let her go or not? Let her go? I can't do that when she doesn't have her face. I narrow my eyes. I know it couldn't be this easy. Where's her face then? Go and find it. I'll wait, but not for long. Shin's grip on Mal's head tightens and she groans a muffled pain sound. Alright, don't hurt her. Tick-tock. I give the demon a glare before turning around. I have to find Mal's face? This is going to be really fun, isn't it? Where do I even look first? After debating for a bit, I start with doing a general sweep of the house, looking for anything out of the ordinary, but everything looks more or less the same. It's only when I start to look closer that I begin noticing things. After searching the house top to bottom, I spot a pointed fluffy ear peeking out from a semi-open cabinet in the kitchen. I open it fully and see the plush I bought from Mal earlier today, the same one I accidentally left at the restaurant with Sosuke. Except it doesn't look like what it's supposed to look like. I flinch when I first see it before carefully taking it into my hands. I recognize those eyes anywhere. The plush is mostly the exact same as usual with pointy ears, a long snout, and fluffy fur. However, its small, round, adorable black eyes are replaced with Mal's. Yeah. They are wide and red at the edges, and they move from side to side, never focusing on one object or staying looking in one direction. I bite my tongue to avoid yelping in shock. I stare at it for a long moment, watching it disgust as its eyes move around. Finally, I speak. What am I meant to do with this? They're attached to the plush. Then I get an idea, though it's far from pretty. My eyes dart to the drawer where we usually keep our utensils, including the knives. Oh, are you... Don't tell me you're gonna scoop it out. I slide it open and quickly spot the knife that I always keep on me, the same one I had been missing when I first entered this nightmare. I take it in my free hand and study it. I'm quite adept at using it by now, but I had never used it anywhere near a person's eyes. Things I do for love. I press my lips into a thin line and get to work, carefully carving out each eye. I make sure to be extra careful and slow. The last thing I want is to damage any part of Mal. I hold my breath as I press the knife into the soft fur of the fox plush. The knife isn't cut out for slicing stuffed animals, so the whole process is messy. Yeah. After several painstaking moments, Mal's eyes are finally free. Good job, me. I grimace as I carefully take them into my hands. They're moist and a bit gooey. I fight the urge to vomit, carefully place them down on the counter. Find a paper towel to wrap them in, then carefully tuck them in my pocket. I thought I said fuck them. Ugh, they're warm. Ugh. I gag at the thought before forcing myself to move on to the next task. Next, the mouth. I continue searching, keeping the plush in my hand. Its face is completely torn up from what I was just doing, but there's just something about it that makes me want to keep it with me. Soon enough, I see another thing off about the house. In the living room, a painting that used to have flowers now shows a mouth. I go up to it and lift my knife once more, thinking I will have to cut out yet another part of Mal's face. But as I press the tip of the blade to the painting, it suddenly transforms into a window. Okay. Weird. Through the window there is a long hallway filled with paintings, but instead of seeing flowers or mouths in them, I see portraits of Mal, all without a face. That is, except for one. All the way at the very end, there's a portrait with yet another Mal. She has no eyes, but she does have a mouth that's moving, opening and closing. That must be it. I climb through the window into the hallway and head straight for the painting at the very end that has Mal's mouth. As I pass by each painting, I watch them closely, expecting each one to come alive, either now or later. As I reach the last painting, I bring my knife up to the edge. The painting doesn't change or disappear this time, so I puncture the paper and begin cutting. This time it's much easier. Once I have the mouth, I turn back toward the window, and just as I suspected, the paintings came alive. Of course it does. At least 10 different faceless mouths begin climbing out of their paintings, including the one I had cut the mouth off of. Wait, this is great thumbnail material. Maybe I should, screenshot. Got him. Okay. I don't waste a second longer and run straight toward the window. The mouth clones clamber and climb over each as they desperately try to grab me. One grabs the end of my shirt and yanks me back just as I'm about to escape. Whirling on her, I lift my foot and kick her hard, right where her nose should be. Get off! She lets out a muffled cry and falls back, and I take the opportunity to escape through the window. Yeah, escaped. I then run to the stairs but pause briefly to look back. Somehow after I climbed out the window and transformed back into a normal painting. How convenient. I don't dwell on it much longer though, as I have a task to complete. I go up the stairs and re-enter my room. Shin is gone, but Mal is still there, feeling and crawling around on the ground. I sigh in relief when I see her. There she is, safe. Crouch down beside her and take her hands in mine. But before I can open my mouth to tell her that it's me, she jerks back and starts to struggle and kick wildly. It's me, relax and stay still. Mal goes still just as I requested. Alright, let me see if I can figure this out. I reach into my bag and first take out Mal's mouth. I look between the facial feature in my hands and her empty face. Then I tentatively press her mouth to where her mouth is supposed to be. Miraculously, an actually stays on, fixing itself in place. And as soon as it does, Mal speaks. Amelia! My heart fills with relief as I finally hear my sister's voice again. Yeah, it's me. Hold on while I fix her eyes too. I frantically scramble to get out Mal's eyes and fix them onto her face. When they are in place, she blinks at me. I pull her into a hug. Thank goodness I'm here now, Mal. Mal doesn't hug me back, but she does shove me back. I quickly press my hands to the ground to steady myself, shooting Mal a surprised look. This is how you thank me? Damn, bitch. What? What's wrong? What's wrong? What was all that about? What did you do to me? My eyes widen and it takes a moment before I register what she just said to me and how angry she looks. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. I couldn't see, I couldn't talk. How do you explain that? My mouth drops open. Don't tell me she thinks I did this to her. There was a monster, some kind of demon. The same one I've tried telling you about these past 13 years. Do you finally believe me now? Believe you, Amelia, I am sick and tired of this. Mal stands up abruptly, glaring daggers at me. I just stare up at her in pure shock. How is she still not getting this? Because she's stubborn. All this talk about demons and spirits and whatever, they aren't real. Are you forgetting what just happened? How you couldn't see or talk? You didn't feel your head being grabbed? You didn't hear that creepy voice I was talking to? I didn't forget, I did feel that and I did hear the voice. But do you actually think I would believe that it was some kind of demon? How would I even do all of that? I don't even have three hands. I'm not some I'm not so idiotic as to have a conversation with myself with two different voices. Oh, I don't know, maybe it was just that idiot friend of yours. He was probably in on it. Grabbing me, doing a silly voice, I don't know. Probably gets a kick out of harassing poor, vulnerable young women. My eyes light up with anger. Now she's bringing up Sasuke into this? This is between her and me, not him. Don't you dare accuse him of that. And it's not even possible. Do you think I ripped your eyes and mouth out of your skull? What are you even talking about? I don't know what you did, but it was something. You could have gagged and blindfolded me for all I know. Mal! What? You expect him to believe that Mom or Dad did this? It was a demon. Listen to me for once. Finally stand up as well, clenching my hands at my side. By now I am long used to Mallory berating me, but after everything I just went through for her, she repays me by yelling at me, insulting me, and insulting my friend. I am sick and tired of this. And you think I'm not? At first you were just being annoying with your stupid ramblings about demons and littering all over the room, but now you're just downright harassing me. Look around you, Mal. Can't you see that this house isn't right? We're in a demon world right now. That's enough, Amelia. Mal's voice then turned sad. I was scared, so scared. I didn't know what was happening. I couldn't see, I couldn't even tell if I was home. I tried to scream and call for help, but I couldn't speak. How could you put me through that? Mal's voice cracks during the last sentence, and a tear slides down her face. My eyes soften and my hands unclench. Despite her accusations being directed at me, I could hear how much she's hurting. She's just scared. I reach out to rest a hand on her shoulder. Mal. She smacks my hand away, but I continue. I know you were scared, but I'm here now. It wasn't me. I would never put you through something like that. I'm your sister. I couldn't hurt you. You're pathetic. I recoil back. What? You just won't stop. Even with me breaking down in front of you, you won't let go of your delusions. What else could it be? Mal. Mal turns her head away, wrapping her arms around herself. She speaks quietly, so quiet that I have to lean closer and strain to her. Why couldn't you have just gone off to college, far, far away? To the other side of the world or something? I blink at her in surprise. You don't actually. I do. Mal suddenly screams, head snapping back up to glare up at me. You're delusional. What don't you get? I don't want you in my life anymore. You're ruining it. I fold my arms. Mal, I'm protecting you. I'm doing this because you're my sister and I love you. Well, I don't love you. I stumble back as if shot. The air seems to leave my chest and I just stare at her for a long time. I expect her to take it back, maybe apologize, to say that she didn't mean it, that she's just mad. But she doesn't say anything. She doesn't even break eye contact. She just glares right at me. My next few words come out pained. You didn't mean that. I do. I'm tired of you dragging me into your stupidity. I hate you. You need to stay out of my life. At Mal's words, all I can do is stare. And with me going quiet, she shoves me aside and storms out of the room. She hates me? That can't be right. We've argued plenty of times before, but never like this. It's a trick Shin did something to her, to make her say those things to me. Deep down I know better. Those words were spoken with such conviction and hatred. Years of resentment and arguments come to my mind. Mal has slowly been getting more and more fed up with me, and we've been becoming more and more distant. Back when we were kids, she believed everything I said about demons, but then she grew up and stopped believing in things only I could see. I didn't understand the full effect until now. I always thought that it doesn't matter what she thinks of me, as long as she's safe. But to hear that she hates me after everything I've done for her? No, she doesn't know what I've done for her. She doesn't know everything I sacrificed or all the time I spent protecting her. I stumble toward the bed and sit down. Somehow through the turmoil, I still managed to keep hold of the fox plush. I didn't even notice that I had been practically squeezing the life out of it this whole time. I hold it up and look at it, eyes torn out and body now squished and deformed from my grip, but still recognizable as a fox. I was supposed to give this to Mal for her birthday. Just a few hours ago it looked nice and new. Now it's just another piece of trash. Who am I kidding? Mal won't want this. Not from me, at least. I think about tossing the plush away. It's trash, torn, disfigured, broken, kind of like my relationship with Mal. I want to throw it away, but something in me stops that from happening. I lift my head and remember where I am, where Mal and I are, a nightmarish realm of monsters. And now Mal is out there, alone. I had just let her walk out, caught up in my own feelings, selfish. I sat up and rushed out of the room, hugging the plush against me. Still got the knife though? Mal, come back. No response, she's either ignoring me or she left the house. I look at the plush again. Oh, Mal, you idiot. I run into every room, checking them all just in case. That is until I spot the front door, wide open. It could be a false lead, but Mal is nowhere in the house, so I rush outside into the forest. Mal, come back, it's not safe. I emerge into the darkness of the forest, but this is the first time that I actually get a good look at it. The first thing I notice is that the things I was calling trees aren't even trees at all. They're only pretending to be trees. What the? Every two or so trunks jut out of the ground and fuse together into a torso after several feet. And from the torso hang two long arms and a head sprouting from a neck. If I really look hard enough, I can even see pairs of disfigured eyes looking off into the distance blankly. If I never dared to look up, there's a good chance I would have never noticed. But once I do notice, I begin seeing other things that are off about this place. The floor is covered in flowers, but not the pretty kind. Each flower is small and black with 4 petals jutting out from the middle, except the middle isn't pollen or anything like that, just an eye. An eye that always looks towards me. Of course, everything here just has to be cursed. I don't let myself dwell on it for much longer as I focus on scanning for clues that can lead me to Mal. I quickly spot some very obvious footprints in the ground right in front of me. Too easy. She wouldn't just take the most obvious path. I circle around the house until I spot her already several hundred feet away into the forest. I'm still unsure if this is a trap, but it's the only other lead I have, so I hurry over to her, making sure the knife and plush are still in my hands. The sounds of the grass and flowers are anything but normal. It's something between a squishing and a crunching sound, like I'm stepping on bones and eyes, which I know is at least half true. It's just the monster's stomach. I also keep my eyes on the trees, watching for any sudden movements, but there are none. Yet. Mal, get back here. Mal stops when she hears my voice and whirls on me. Leave me alone. I wince at her harsh tone but continue moving forward. Darren comes rolling back in, but I shove it down, repeating the same mantra I've been telling myself for ages. It doesn't matter if she likes it or not, as long as it keeps her safe. Please, Mal, those woods aren't safe. Woods? What are you talking about? Is this another one of your tricks? What? Can she not see what's around her? Come to think of it, she was acting similarly inside the house. Could it be that she actually can't see what's happening? Slowly but surely I close the distance between us until I'm right in front of her. Mal, what do you see right now? Mal glares at me, unamused. Seriously? Please, Mal, I just want to understand. Mal rolls her eyes but answers. Just our normal neighborhood. What, did you expect me to start seeing demons all of a sudden like you? Her words are laced with venom but confirm my suspicions. I exhale a strange sigh. Mal, come on, it's dark out. You don't want creeps stalking you, right? Creeps, as in demons? I grit my teeth, fighting the urge to scream out a confirmation. If I want her to listen, I have to act like this is a normal night. No, Mal, creeps as in dudes. Remember that one guy who tried to follow you home once? Don't want to deal with him again, right? You don't know what you're talking about. What? She doesn't remember that either? Or was that another demon? Just come inside, let's talk this out. How many times do I have to tell you, leave me alone? And suddenly she turns on her heel and darts in the same direction she was heading earlier. I curse under my breath and dash after her, but she's surprisingly fast. Those few seconds of a head start result in her being several feet in front of me, and it certainly doesn't help that she's dodging and weaving between the trees. Mal, stop! The trees are in perfectly straight lines, which makes it somewhat easier to dodge around but still annoying. However, that annoyance quickly dissipates as I notice that those same trees are moving, but just barely. As Mal passes one by one, they lean toward her. Some are even bold enough to reach out and try to grab her, but their movements are so slow and sluggish that they miss every time. The flowers are gross underneath me, are loud under my feet. No, she doesn't even have a weapon. I have to get to her before she's grabbed. I pick up the pace, pushing my legs to go as fast as I can. Between each breath, I do my best to call out to Amelia again. Mal, get back here. Please, it's not safe. I am interrupted by an ear-splitting creak, followed by the groan of a tree falling over. Uh-oh. I plant my feet into the ground and slide to a stop so quickly that I fall over onto my butt. A few iron flowers squish underneath me with a loud squelch. My hands go up to the tree right in front of me as it bends backward. It struggles and wiggles until it suddenly snaps in half. The top half falls over and lands right in front of me with a thud. Oh shit. I quickly scoot back and scramble to my feet, holding out my knife and clutching the plush to my chest as if keeping it safe. Stay back! But the top half of the human tree hybrid pays me no mind. With its two long, spindly branch arms, it crawls with surprising speed in the direction of Mal. It moves quicker than any person or animal that I've seen before, and it's going straight for my sister. My stomach does a flip, and before I know it, I'm charging after them both, adrenaline carrying me faster than I've ever gone before. But that thing is faster. Mal, keep running, don't stop. It's ironic how my words do a complete 180, but as much as I don't want to admit it, I won't be able to make it to her before the tree demon does. So the best I can do is warn Mal. At this point, she is so far ahead that I can only barely see her, and so I am forced to watch the creature get closer and closer to Mal until it pounces on her. I will my legs to go faster and faster, but they're starting to hurt and ache. I can hear Mal's faint screams and cries in the distance and can see the struggle between her and the demon. Her screams are shrill and loud, and she does her best to put up a good fight, but there's only so much she can do. Almost there, almost. My words come out as faint gasps. Try as I might to convince myself, the truth is that I'm still about 100 feet away. Mal! I watch as the tree creature finally subdues Mal. It wraps an arm around her and uses its other arm to drag them both deep into the forest, still surprisingly fast. I continue running after them. I'm almost there, but as soon as it starts moving again, I lose it within a few seconds. Even so, I keep running, keep pushing. My legs ache all over, my heart slams against my ribs, and my breathing comes in short gasps, but I don't notice any of that. All of those feelings are overwhelmed by the intense dread rising from the very pit of my stomach all the way up. Now come back, please. I don't see them at any point after they disappear, but I hear Mal's screams. The echo just in front of me, just out of reach. But soon enough, her screams are no longer in front of me, but behind me. Behind me and next to me and everywhere at once. There are no landmarks, every tree looks the same, every direction looks the same. I think I may have gotten turned around at some point, or maybe this forest is endless. Even so, I keep on running until my legs give out from under me and I fall to my knees. Iron flowers look at me and judge me with their stares. Mal, where are you? I need to protect you. Tears form in my eyes, and for the first time in years I feel utterly hopeless. I put the knife down beside me and hold up the plush. Mal's screams still echo around me, taunting and berating me, insulting me for not keeping her safe. I don't know where Mal is. I'm in a world with rules I don't understand, and I'm surrounded by monsters I've never even heard of in my research and books. She's gone, taken away by a broken tree demon. The plush does little to make me feel better. For the first time in 13 years, I allow the monster to grab her and take her away. How could I let this happen? Carefully place the plush down so that I can wipe my eyes, but the tears just keep coming. The tears are deafening and right in my ear. I can barely even hear myself think. It's not your fault. Who the hell? And with that, screams all disappear in a heartbeat. I whip my head around and spot a strange-looking yet vaguely familiar young man standing behind me. Despite my aching legs, I grab my knife again, force myself to stand up and point it at him. I quickly wipe the tears from my eyes and glare at him. Who are you? He's wearing all white robes and almost looks like he's glowing. Red markings line over his face and any other skin that I can see. His expression is serious. That doesn't matter, and you can put the knife down. I won't hurt you. I narrow my eyes at the strange man. He looks way too familiar. Do I know you? That plush, can I see it? I look down at the fox plush in question, still on the floor where I left it. I bend down and pick it up, looking between the plush and the strange man. You know, it's rude to ignore what people say. You're a feisty one, aren't you? The corner of his mouth cocks up a smirk, one that's all too familiar. Is that Sasuke? Impossible, that can't be him. Sorry for ignoring what you said. Can you repeat it again? I tilt my head, studying him closely. Now it's my turn to ignore his words. I look him directly in the eye, shift both objects to one hand, and straighten up. And I have to end it here because I have to prepare for work now. So this is Bring Her Home. If you want to try the game for yourself, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Bring her home, or like bring both home. I was really enjoying her struggling and stuff, her giving up, but it's suddenly, hello, I'm Jesus Christ. What the hell? That came out of nowhere. I mean, yeah, I guess the Fox Splash has been foreshadowed in the beginning because there were no monsters surrounding it or whatever, but no. Why Sasuke of all people? Is it because the Fox plush demon thing transforms into whatever you're comfortable with? Whatever. But yeah, it's pretty great so far.